This is what a chemist sees when they hear glucose, and this is what the rest of us actually need in the kitchen. A hexagon. Now if I spin all three of these monosaccharides, half of you will get motion sickness and the other half will start revising for an exam. So I want to keep you here. So glucose gets the glamour shot. Here's the big idea. Carbs, or carbohydrates, are built from small units, a bit like Lego. Mono means one sugar unit, one building block. That's a monosaccharide. So we've got three basic ones to recognise. First, glucose, the everyday workhorse, also called dextrose. You've probably seen that on labels. This is the one your body loves to run on. Second, fructose. I'll show it as a simple ring sketch because today is kitchen logic, not a chemistry degree. And yes, fructose can be drawn a couple of ways, but for our purposes, think pentagon. Third, galactose. Again, a simple ring sketch. Think hexagon, just like glucose, but a slightly different version. Now, di means two. In chemistry, di means two. So you may as well learn that. Two building blocks stuck together, a disaccharide. And the magic trick is this. Once you can see the shapes, you can understand the big three sugars you actually meet in real food. Sucrose is glucose plus fructose. A hexagon plus a pentagon. That's basically table sugar. The stuff in the sugar bowl, baking, jams and all that stuff. Lactose is glucose plus galactose. A hexagon plus a hexagon. That's milk sugar. In dairy, whey powders, lots of milky processed foods and such like. And maltose is glucose plus glucose. Hexagon plus hexagon again. But this time it's the malt story. Grains, brewing and starch being broken down. So if you remember nothing else, remember this. Mono equals one building block. Di equals two building blocks joined together. And once you've got that, starch and fibre stop being so mysterious because they're basically what happens when you start snapping lots of these building blocks together.